Mystic Royal Collective, how are you doing? I hope you're doing fantastic. Took some much needed R&R here. If by chance, depending on which platform you're watching this from, check out the full complete part of the last video series that I just did on YouTube or Instagram, okay? And if you're already there and following me, thank you. And if not, I thank you regardless. All right, so kind of getting in tune and with the vibes and intaking some natural sunlight, okay? We're gonna do a full spectrum reading, so stay tuned, everyone, okay? Let me go ahead and start this here. See what general energy vibes we have. We're gonna start with the Tabula Mundi Tarot here, okay? Princess of Discs, Earth of Earth, Three of Cups, Abundance, Four of Swords, Truce. Just want to come out here. Eight of Wands, Swiftness. So check this out. I'm gonna cover this up. Princess of Discs, Earth of Earth. Tapping into the intuitive realm regarding their stability. They're confident, baby. You're confident and you're like, I know what I need to do, you know? But are you doing it? It's the question. You may have it all up in here, but if you know, you're not practicing that divine feminine energy that you are embodying right now with this sense of stability, exuding that confidence also in the material realm. Exercise also the masculine energies and merging the two to manifest what it is that you desire, collective, okay? Three of Cups, Abundance, in the reverse position though. Not fully seeing the fruits of your labor is what I'm feeling. Let's see this here. I feel that maybe people they're putting their external opinion upon you. A few different options to choose from as well. See that? Where you're kind of like picking and choosing and trying to see things at different angles is just what came to mind. I just thought I see this white lotus here. It made me think of crown chakra just now, even though that might not be the associated color, but the lotus petals of the mind and opening up and blossoming, making yourself open to internal spiritual information that is also part of the cosmic universe, which is you, baby. You are divinely protected in your endeavors, even though this was in the reverse position. You may have a hard time finding people relating to you, to be able to relate to you, you know what I mean? And maybe if you're not giving yourself the validation you need and you're trying to find it externally, every time I see like three, I think of kind of like a union or getting together with other people, you know? Rebirth, baby. You notice the light bar here has like a mind of its own. Just randomly got it. Good deal. I was like, okay. All right, so seeking stability. Four is number of stability. Four of Swords, Truce in the reverse. Maybe you've had to kind of like set the record straight, and not only with other people in your life, and literally swords being element of air, usually having to do, at least in the physical manifestation, is the speaking and cutting any ties, you know what I mean, that ain't worth your time anymore. It's time to find a truce and a balance within yourself to know what boundaries you need to be setting up with other people, you feel me? And by acknowledging your boundaries that are healthy, by the way, acknowledging it will help you gain a sense of stability. See that, baby? Because right now you're in a rebirth process. And all this is coming in quick, sometimes a little too quick. Like lightning bolt quick, you know? Because we have the 8 of Wands swiftness here. Everything coming at so many different directions. Divine union that I had mentioned earlier of both the masculine and feminine energies here with the snakes intertwining to be able to see clearly, get a sense of clarity and what you need to be doing next. Further symbolized by this Aeon card here. If I'm not mistaken, I think that is equivalent to the World card, I believe. Don't quote me on that. This is the Tabula Mundi Tarot, but case in point, this is something that wasn't just automatic. It was something that you've been kind of like manifesting, kind of like churning on the inside for a while. See this here? Working around the clock through many moon phases galore as you're kind of like waiting your time. Give me 1 second. I think I need to check the storage. Continuing on, getting short on that storage. Anyways, this right here is someone that is in a rebirthing phase right now. If you haven't already, or are not already taking time to yourself, I feel this is where you're getting the most clarity right now. With that illumination, with that opening of the crown, I feel, you know, opening up the receptivity to new information, be it from whatever it is you believe, your higher power, or whatever it is. There's a reason and a time and place for everything, collective. Awaken the dragon and that passion of fire within you. This energy of swiftness. Can you handle the heat of what's coming your way? And I feel that you kind of have developed the scales. Dragon symbolism, baby. Through a lot of trials, you know what I mean? The scales that you have on you and built. It's a sense of resilience. And I feel that perhaps that you were someone that always had kept things on the inside for a long time. And sometimes that kind of probably put a bitter feeling in your mouth, or a bitter feeling just in your spirit, you know what I mean? When you're like dampening your light for the sake of other people, or withholding your truth. Four of Swords again, not being transparent, not only with others, but your truth, right? All right, so we're gonna continue this here. Oh, cartomancy now. And do like a trifecta of cartomancy, oracle, and tarot, okay? Now this cartomancy deck does have a little bit of oracle elements with additional cards. Just keep that in mind. It's a French deck. It's a pretty cool deck. 7 could be significant. And I see 7, I see a lot of people think, oh, lucky number, but all that glitters is not always gold. So to me, it's about also taking stock of the things that you have, and it could be a reminder that not to be blinded by greed or anything like that. Take stock of what you have practice gratitude. This person here is kind of standing out to me as that person that is kind of like, hey, this is what I've got. And I didn't realize how shiny it was and how good it was until now. You know what I mean? It could be in a situation where now you're kind of like forced to have to sit with yourself too, you know? In this imagery here, everyone's kind of doing their own thing to an extent. I do find it interesting how it looks like they're all looking at each other, and this is the only person that's kind of like not being paid attention to. So maybe you're someone that you felt you always overlooked, maybe, you know? And perhaps that has forced this person or persons that I'm speaking to in the collective to isolate themselves and be like, have to realize, you know, and I think this goes to that not needing the external validation, right, with its reverse Three of Cups, trying to bring that energy back in, you know what I mean? And I think that's what part of this rebirth is kind of like a calling that energy back to yourself and taking stock of what you have and being grateful, you know what I mean? This here, 19 could be significant. You're in a time right now, so I feel this is someone that's like planning something, and this could have to do with other people, but to me, what's more symbolic right here, so this is the person, it doesn't matter, even though it shows man here, it's symbolic, it could be of a man or woman or whatever you identify, it doesn't matter. The fact is, and this fell just now, I think that's symbolic, where it's kind of like it's time to connect with your higher powers and deities here. And there's hidden here, if you can see it in the camera, I'm not sure, but there's a celestial figure here, and there's other entities and your angels and your guides, your higher self, your oversoul, whatever it is you believe in, whatever you're gonna call it. And it's time that as you take time to yourself, to me, I think that this is the help that you already have within your realm and your aura right now. They're your guides, you know what I mean? And your angels or entities that are watching over you. Angels, demons, whatever. What do you call an angel or a demon? But perhaps it being an aspect of the collective psyche, the collective consciousness. If you haven't already, make sure you like, follow, comment, and subscribe. Mystic Royal Collective. Just pulled the 8 of Diamonds here. To me, turn that baby over right there. That's infinity, baby. That's the infinite abundance. And we just had the abundance card here, 3 of Cups. Now, it was reversed, but it's just a reminder, hey, you know what? Remind yourself of your divinity and that you, and only you, have the power to manifest. Your reality. It's time to go back to the instruction booklet. Literally, this is this is a little insert packet from the cartomancy deck that I obtained, but yeah, it was a nice little find. It was cool. Yeah. But I think it's time to go back to your instruction manual and back to, I think that's symbolic of what this person is doing here. They're reading through the papers and seeing the history of where they came from, and now they're in a point where now it's like analysis time and being real with oneself. And hey, you know what? Like, we need to change something. You know what I mean? And you probably realize that you're probably overlooking so many things you have going on beautifully in your life right now, collective. 9 of Spades here. That is that sword energy. 9 is that almost there energy. Is that almost completion. So like, this is symbolic of the truth of that stability. 10, that you're almost there, but 4 also. But like, this right here, this message is for you, pun intended. But yeah, it's a reminder that the work you're doing is getting you somewhere. and it's only a matter of time. You're just cutting little loose ends or whatever it is that you know that you need to be doing. That it's almost there, and it's right around the corner, baby. At the bottom here is the ace, just reminding you that you have, and only you have the power to change your life and also change the stories that you tell yourself, okay? I say these things with love, collective. We're gonna close things off with a quick pull from this. Let me see how much time I have left. All right, I'm trying to see how much, it tells me in real time the amount of storage space I have left, so I just need to transfer. So far, let's go, let's see, change. Be you, baby. Be you and authentically you, okay? Don't let anybody ever dim your light, okay? So what we have for you, okay? Love you. I have to hand it to you. To me, with the fact that even though I'm reading this as a reversal perhaps, but also the fact that it being in this direction is kind of like a hand outstretched from the sky, and just reminding you of your guardianship and your help that you have, your cosmic help, which, you know, given that we're all part of the same source, like essentially it's different aspects of yourself that are helping yourself in this time. This is how I see it for now. It's always good to have an open mind and allow yourself to, you know, be flexible and as you learn more, you know. Nine could be significant. This part is really sticking out to me. I'm not very familiar at the moment. Do more studying with the palmistry, or like official palmistry, right? But I'm very drawn right now. I think these are intuitive little nudges that this person or people are having in the collective, and it's potentially spotty. Trying to see if that looks like the card, but see this right here in this part of the palm here, the 7. It's like a crescent, which is matching this. This reminds me of the 3 of Swords energy in a way. It's a lot of heartbreak and a lot of pain that perhaps it's still kind of picking at you a little bit. I'm trying to see how much I show here, but let's see. It's like open, you know, things that are open that are draining your energy. Maybe it could be toxic connections that's kind of like bleeding your energy out. Make sure that you're aware of the help that you have even in the physical. It can be easy to close oneself off though, you know what I mean, through hurt and pain. Yep. It's time for you to step into your divinity and kind of what I was saying, like cut the loose ends. I think who I'm speaking to, you already know. And what I talked about, the swiftness, like a lightning bolt, right? Of all these changes happening at once. Literally, then we have right here, lightning bolts right there in the sickle. Like slicing things, dunzo. And then here, the 8 shows again, in this case is straight up infinity. It's time to get that mentality of like not caring what other people think and just kind of doing you know what I mean? You doing you and just being real. See right there, that acronym there. Don't give a huh. It's only a matter of time, and I think to me showing that this time right here, at least in this position, is showing that you're almost there. And again, paired with this being the spade, and that's the sickle right there, I think it's only fitting. The reverse on the other side says with sympathy. Perhaps it's something that you at first didn't want to do, and it was maybe hard, and now you've kind of had to like realize that some connections are probably taking advantage of you, or at least in some way part of your energy. But remember, as just divine fractals of each other, you know, not everybody's meant to be in our direct soul tribe, and some are just karmic lessons, but also just a reminder that we chose these karmic lessons before we even came in here. So let's see, 1 second here. Okay. So I think now it's the time the sun is picking out to me a lot, because now you've kind of had a good sense internally, at least intuitively, you know, and this shows all the like the moon phases and everything like that through different cycles that you've been through. Let's go this one here for a moment. I feel that now this to me is symbolic of you now. It's time for you to practice your magic, whatever you want to call it, but you're taking action on the things that you already have deep down for the stability that you desire. And the reason why some of these other reversals here is because I feel there's that masculine aspect of actually making things happen in the physical that has yet to come forward. So it's time to focus on manifesting those and taking action, even little by little. 9-9 could be significant. I think I'm gonna leave it there, collective. If you haven't already, make sure you like, follow, comment, and subscribe. I love you so much. Check out hashtag Mystic Royal Collective for any and all other projects I may be working on. And if you don't mind, check out the links in the description if you made it this far. Affiliate links and things like that do help with the channel. So I love you so much. Feel that sage cleansing once more. Stay mystical. Ciao, mi amore. We'll talk soon. I love you.